cousin got rejected from state, I leaned back in my chair and said, maybe community college is more your speed. Jake went red and left the room without a word. Everyone who was comforting him just looked up at me in disbelief. My mom pulled a tiny notebook out of her purse and slid it across the table. Since you have so much to say, for the next 48 hours you can write it down, but you're not allowed to speak. Any dumb thing you have to say goes in here because I don't want to hear it. I wrote, "This is stupid," in big letters and held it up. She looked at what I'd written and smiled. Clock starts now. By the time I got to school the next morning, I'd already filled 10 pages with everything I wanted to say and couldn't. A kid dumped chocolate milk on my shoes in the cafeteria, and I sat there filling another page while he walked off laughing with his friends. I wanted to scream, but all I could do was write faster and harder until the pen almost tore through the paper. At lunch, my friend started telling a story about her weekend, and I reached for the notebook to write my version because I had a better one. But then I stopped. She was smiling. The whole table was leaning in. She kept going and everyone laughed at the punchline, and I realized she'd never gotten to finish a story when I was around because I always jumped in with mine. That one sat with me. By Tuesday, I stopped writing what I wanted to say and started writing what I was seeing. Jake's shoulders dropped every time someone mentioned college, and I'd never noticed because I was always the one talking over it. My dad rubbed his eyes when people argued at dinner, and I'd never seen it because I was usually the one arguing. I'd been cutting people off mid-sentence my whole life, and the only reason I finally saw it was because for the first time my mouth was shut. Every page in that notebook was someone I'd been too loud to see. Wednesday night, my parents sat me down and handed me the notebook. The 48 hours were over, and I could talk again. But for the first time in my life, I didn't know what to say. I flipped through pages of things I'd wanted to scream, picked up the phone, and called Jake. The first thing I ever wrote in that notebook was, "This is stupid." The first thing I said out loud was, "I'm sorry."